Mulan was to be one of Disney's biggest movies to hit theaters this year. The red carpets rolled out, the stars arrived, and then the pandemic. Well, much like Mulan herself, nothing will stop this movie, and we're celebrating with our Mulan to Disney Plus special. Keep in mind, this was recorded right before the pandemic shutdown, so though we're face-to-face, on-site, all of the creators and the stars of Mulan are now safely at home and watching socially distanced just like you. The Mulan Disney Plus Extra Butter Special starts right now.
I loved creating the stunt sequences in this film. The action is explosive.
This is an action movie, but it's also beautiful to look at.
The film consists of a lot of fight sequences. There's a lot of training and rehearsal involved.
It was tremendously hardworking. It's extremely exciting.
I've had 3 months of training process. It's quite challenging, 6 or 7 hours a day. It's been really helpful. Yeah, I feel like I can do more push-ups.
She's the best warrior amongst us.
We get specific for the actors, getting them up to speed from basic handling of weapons all the way through to rolling, falling, running, jumping, that sort of stuff.
We're doing a lot of stunt fighting, sword training. I feel like I'm training with like the best of the best. I've never, ever had a six-pack in my life. I'm starting to see some come through, so it's really, really exciting.
We had physical army-style training. We also had stunts and martial arts, horseback riding, archery, military, marching, you name it.
All of the cast were brilliant, and they trained hard. It's not just action for action's sake. It's all coming from character and from story. Every action is very meaningful.
Fire!
The stunt sequences are epic. You've never seen anything quite so extraordinary in your life.
We'll protect each other. We'll fight for each other.
She's everything an action movie hero should be, particularly when kicking ass with her sword.
And it is our Extra Butter half-hour special dedicated to all things Disney's Mulan, the new live-action masterpiece. Speaking of masterpieces, we're hanging out here in the Wardrobe Warehouse, where I guarantee you, a year from now, each and every costume you see will be an Academy Award-winning design. Check it out. Get up close personal. Take a look at this. The detail on this is amazing. Designed by Bina Daigler, she will no doubt be nominated and win that Academy Award. I can't imagine anything topping this year. Yifei Liu, as seen as the warrior in this movie, goes through multiple costume changes and is amazing. Hey, don't take my word for it. Niki Caro, your director, and Yifei Liu are phenomenal talking about this movie and telling you why you can't miss it. Right, don't take my word for it. Take their word for it. When we come back, they'll join me in the hot seat as Extra Butter continues. Don't move.
We have excellent news. The matchmaker has found you an auspicious match.
It is decided. Come and sit down. It is what is best for our family.
Yes, I will bring honor to us all.
Quiet. Composed. Graceful. Disciplined. These are the qualities we see in a good wife. These are the qualities we see in Mulan.
It is my duty to fight.
And welcome back to Extra Butter, our half-hour special dedicated to all things Disney Mulan. It would be nothing without the director and the star of the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Niki, F.A., congratulations on nothing short of a masterpiece.
Thank you so much.
But let's start with you. What kind of pressure is this? All eyes are on this. You can't get it wrong, and now it's the daunting task of you to bring this to life.
You're making me nervous.
Sorry.
But I think because I love acting so much, I think acting totally changed my life. Not just a career, but I really felt the passion. You know, when you have passion about something, it could really overcome the nervousness and the worries. So when I'm shooting, we just have to be super focused, and I think that's the only way that would be responsible for the audience.
And Niki, how great is it that you found in this one person both the soul and the depth, and someone that can open up the martial arts required to do it?
Yeah, no, it was, she's a needle in a haystack, and it's a global haystack, and we searched the world over for a year, and we still didn't find her, so we started again. And that was when Yifei had become available, and I got to meet her and audition her in strenuous ways, dramatic and physical, and she convinced me, she convinced all of us that she's not only a warrior, but Mulan. Essentially, we were looking for Mulan, and that's who she is.
There's so many layers that go into this between the time you wrap production and the time we see it in theaters. However, on the day, on the set, is there a moment where you're looking at her through the lens and you're saying, we nailed it, that's it? What was that moment?
Every moment. But there's a moment in the movie, and it's very, very important, where she understands that she can't be truly powerful until she is truly herself. So she loses the disguise of being a young man. She goes from being a character called Hua Jun to being Hua Mulan, and she rides into battle and she fights. And watching Yifei with that sword fighting in those sequences, that was when I just stood back and there she is. There she is.
If with every movie, there's a scene that actors are not dreading, but that are going to require more work. Is there any one particular scene that you were so thankful when you got it done, when it was in the can, as they say?
I picture it as a whole picture, because it's about, you know, sometimes we're shooting out of order. It's always like that. I still remember the first day we shot the matchmaker scene. It's a great start, and I do like the contrast of her when she's at home and then when she's going into the army. There's no stereotypical type?
Sure.
Stereotypical?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have a woman hero in your mind and you played it like that. No, I think the first thing, she is human, then warrior, and then, you know, a whole other stuff. So I really want to discover all the details. So there's everything, you know, maybe, I hope you can see some.
So as you grew up with Mulan, tell me about the first experience where you were standing somewhere and some child was near you and an adult said, and this is Mulan.
You mean?
That a child looked up to you and started realizing that you were Mulan.
Oh, yes.
Soon the whole world's gonna know.
Yesterday we had this first screening and Q&A, and then this kid,
she was called Charlotte.
9 years old. Yeah, he had a really good question for me, and I'm so happy because the kid seems really into it, like what is her strength and that kind of questions. So I'm just so glad.
It is so magical. I can't wait for my daughter in the world to see this movie, you guys. It's so important. Hey, Niki, thank you so much. More Extra Butter in a half-hour special. All things Disney's Mulan coming up. Don't move. Hey, we're halfway through our Extra Butter TV Mulan Disney Plus special. Keep in mind, we recorded this right before the shutdown. You'll see some not-so-distanced interviews. However, everybody's distanced now, home safe, just like you, checking it out on Disney Plus. Welcome back to Extra Butter at Home.
One of my favorite moments was shooting Donnie Yen's martial arts skills. As Commander Tung, he does a sword display in front of all of the recruits. The way he moves a sword, it moves so fast. I had to shoot the sequence again in slow motion just so I could see what he was doing. He is astonishing.
Welcome back to Extra Butter, our half-hour special dedicated to all things Disney's Mulan. Donnie Yen, amazing work.
Thank you.
This movie is exhausting to watch. Like, every time I see you guys in an action sequence, I forget that means that's probably an entire week's worth just to shoot that one 30-second sequence.
Couple hours.
About 2 hours?
2 hours.
So if you look at your career, you've just about done it all. Is there anything unique to this or any challenge specifically it gave you?
You mean other movies?
Yeah,
or this?
Anything unique to this movie? A
for
challenge
this,
that you
for
haven't
this,
had?
I wish I could have sang. I wish that was the challenge.
What song would you sing? If you could bring some music to Mulan, what's the song you would sing?
All these classics, all the Mulan's classics. I sang over 100 times with my daughter growing up.
Of course.
Yeah. So if they're gonna do the sequel to it, please bring the songs back.
Is there a lot of pressure from like your daughter because your daughter grew up with this? Is she saying, "Dad, don't screw it up"?
No, I think that she knows that I'll do a good job. Actually, it was her that told me to turn down other movies at the time and to take on this role because she needed to see her father to be in this movie.
And so, if not that, you may have passed on this, but thank goodness daughter jumped in because I can't imagine this movie without you.
Yeah, I'm glad. I haven't seen the film, so I'm glad.
Oh, you should be asking me questions.
So I'm glad, but I've been hearing great things, and I'm so pleased. And it's wonderful to be part of Disney. Disney produced so many great films, especially these all the princess movies. Again, I grew up with my kids grew up watching these films. And Mulan is one of the most special piece.
On the day, on the set, when you saw all of the costumes and all of the blocking and all of the direction come together, is there a scene that you were doing that you're most excited to see because you think you captured something special?
I just like to be part of it. For me, as a professional actor, I enjoy every minute of it. When I'm on a set, I try to make the best of it. If I'm standing in the back, I make the best of it. If I'm standing in front of the camera, I try to get the best out of that moment.
Of course. I try not to ask questions that I know millions of people have already asked you that you're tired of answering. But with that said, I've got to ask you about this because everybody talks about you specifically in martial arts films, and especially this one. They had to slow some of your actions down because you move so fast.
I have a different approach making action movies, right? Because I've done it so many times. It's really all based on what character I play. If this is an epic film, period piece, opposed to a detective or modern with guns or hand combats with different type of styles. So I choose the style before I actually come up with my composition. And more importantly, I choose how to deliver my performance according to my position in the film. If I'm a commander, I'm in this movie is about Mulan, so I choose a certain way. But usually I don't like to rehearse so much because it's just like acting. If you rehearse so much, you don't have that dynamic, that organic spark. So I basically told Niki, she had her camera set up, and I said, and she asked me, am I ready? I said, just shoot it. I don't need any rehearsal. I don't like rehearsal because rehearsal takes away that naturalness. And I'm glad she liked it. I didn't mess up. I didn't mess up. And I finished it, and she went, wow, Donnie, blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, great. I'm done.
It is remarkable. From the commander to the emperor. Coming up next on Extra Butter, it is Jet Li. Don't miss the rest of our Mulan half-hour special. We'll be right back.
Close the gates!
6 of our northern cities have fallen in a coordinated attack. Their leader fights alongside a witch.
Crush these murderers.
Your Majesty.
I will take revenge. For my father.
What is your name, soldier?
Hua Jun, Commander. Son of Hua Zhou.
You will now take the oath of the warrior.
Loyal.
Brave. True. Release!
You will die pretending to be something you are not.
Yet here I stand, proof that there is a place for people like us.
A girl threatens our plans.
A warrior.
Hey, welcome back. We've saved the best for last in our half-hour special dedicated to all things Mulan. It's the Emperor of China. Jet Li, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So nice to see you.
Me too.
It's so wild to be talking about you playing the wise old Emperor of China when the first time I sat down with you, I was your very first interview for Lethal Weapon 4. We were on a soundstage. Remember the rain system coming down?
Yes.
We could barely hear each other because it was so loud in there.
Yes. Yeah, time fly.
No
kidding. It took more than 22 years.
22 years ago.
Yes.
Congratulations on the career you've had.
Thank you.
Before you even started making movies in America, you were considered a legend. And certainly now you're considered a legend.
Okay.
How does it feel to be in a movie about a legend?
Oh, I'm so happy, because I have in 2004, I have a hard time, vacation with my family, hit a tsunami. Almost killed me, family.
Yes.
Then I changed my mind to start helping people in China. I think in the real life, I want to make another movie. Tell younger people, join me, everybody, if you love people, you can help. So I'm so glad after 13 years, there have 3 billion people involved, donate money, and helping the 17 million people in the real life. I think I'm very happy. But my daughter put me in this movie. In the beginning, I didn't want to take it.
And she said, Dad, you got to do this.
No, he said 3. Say, can I ask 3 questions? I said, okay. He said, you love Chinese culture. You want to promote Chinese culture to the world. I say, yes. He said, Disney spent more than $200 million to make a Chinese film, Mulan. All the actor is Chinese. That is the promotion Chinese culture or not? And I said, okay. Second, you really need a lot of money? I said, no. Third, can you make the movie for me? I said, done. That's it. I do it.
That's all she had to say.
Yeah, well, I must do it.
Well, now that you're on the other side, are you glad you did?
Yeah, I'm glad I did it. I work with a wonderful crew. All the director, photographer, Ming, everybody is a woman. I love, special today,
Right.
Women's Day to the world.
Right.
I say congratulations, everybody. Best. I respect all the women. The story also is girls. I think today's woman is the best. They work a lot of things, yeah.
How do you think about Effie as Mulan? Born to play this role, yes?
Yeah, even I think young girl want to play Mulan, Yeah, even my daughter yesterday watched Mulan. She said, this is where I grew up from the beginning. My hero is Mulan. Yes.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Do you have a favorite part?
I think I love the most is I always say, devotion is very important because the loyalty, a lot of action movie, loyalty, loyalty to the country, loyalty for the people. But this hands, loyalty, the other hands is, devotion to your family. I think it is very important Chinese culture. The director put the both together. I love it.
It's true.
Especially the sword. Last one have put 4 words, devotion.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
I love that part of the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're a practicing Buddhist, so I want to ask this.
Yeah.
In these crazy times in the world, what's a philosophy that all of us, can take with us on a day-to-day basis to give us a little more calm or purpose?
I think we're human. We're just like a big family living in the earth. Sometimes have a pretty good time. Sometimes have hard times. We need to work together. We need to helping each other. The compassion and is a very, very important. You have the compassion. You have love, compassion. I think that's the most powerful to the humans. Whatever countries, whatever your age, love each other,
Amen.
Helping each other.
Yeah, you guys, I can't wait for you to see this new telling of Mulan. It is absolutely remarkable in every frame. People are going to be talking about this for generations. Again, coming back to the costumes, check this out. Bina Dagler will be nominated for the Academy Award for her costume design in this movie, and this is the costume as worn by Jet Li as the Emperor. Go in close. Look at some of the detail on this. How amazing is that? What's wild to me is I look at it, I'm starting to feel old, because when I first started doing this, Jet Li was like the new kid on the block, the new action hero kid, and now he's the old Emperor, and does it quite well. For all things Disney's Mulan, and pretty much every movie with every star, be sure and like and subscribe Extra Butter on YouTube. I'll leave you with a tour of all the costumes. We'll see you next week.